Quit doubting God over the same thing year after year after year. Has he ever failed you yet? Hasn't he been faithful? Hasn't he been a keeper? Hasn't he brought you through the storm? Hasn't he been food on your table? Hasn't he been gas in your car? Hasn't he been health to your body? When you didn't have insurance, you had assurance that Jesus was yours. Hasn't he been the glory and the lifter of your head? When you were downcast, when you didn't feel like lifting your head, God just came in. He's the glory and the lifter of my head. Well, if he's been all of that to you, quit doubting him. Give him the glory that's due his name. Give him the credit that is due his name. Oh, I dare you to trust God. High five two people and tell him it's time to trust him.
Don't let what you've done hinder you. Don't you let where you've been hinder you. Don't let what they've said hinder you. Don't you let your past hinder you. You're a woman without limits. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. A woman without limits. Yes, you are. There's nothing the enemy can do to stop what God has for you. There's nothing the enemy can do to stop what God has for you. You're a woman without limits. Woman, 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 woman without limits. Na 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 na. Woman without limits.
Good evening, viewers. You're welcome to Woman Without Limits. My name is Reverend Kiuna, all surrounded by this nice green stuff and welcoming you to this show. I know that the Lord is going to bless you, and I believe that we've been affecting your lives. Thank you for all the tweets, all the emails, all the text messages that you've been giving us feedback on. And I want to let you know that today is not going to be different. I tell you, our story today is breathtaking. I tell you, when I met this man and he started to share with me where he's come from and what God has done in his life, I totally couldn't believe, because it's like east and west. It's like talking about somebody else, not him. But I want today to welcome you on this show as we talk to Chris Chege. He has come a mighty, mighty long way. Wait till you hear. It's like a myth. Welcome, Chris.
Thank you very much.
You're very
Reverend
welcome.
Kathy.
It's good to see you.
Thank you, and thank you for having me on this show.
Yes.
Yeah.
So tell us who Chris is. These people want to know. I've already preempted and told them so many things. I want you to let us know, like, who is Chris?
Chris is a humble guy who began from a humble beginning. You know, I was born to two young parents who got married very young and got me when they were very young, and they did not know the Lord. So as they came together and started a home, they did not start the home under the foundation of Jesus Christ. So obviously with that foundation, not Jesus in the picture, it didn't last long. So there was fights, there was all kind of, it was like Baghdad in our house, you know, fighting and fighting. So within a short time, when I was very young, being born in Umoja, we moved to Buruburu, and then after that my dad took us to Kiserian, where we stayed there while he was coming to Nairobi, and life was very tough and compared to what Umoja and Buruburu was, because back then Buruburu and Umoja was the place to be. That's where I was the runda of them days.
Come on.
So when we went to Kiserian, life just changed drastically. I mean, by the time I was 8 years, I knew how to cook ugali. Not the very good one, so we'll hit it on the wall. If it falls, then you know it's done. Then it sticks on the wall, you know it's not done. And at the same time, Reverend Kathy, when I was 8 years, that's when I killed my first snake. And when we had a Maasai man who used to look after the place, and he told me, Kijana, you mean umeua hii nyoka? Because he was a puff adder. I came to learn later a red and yellow and black one. And he told me, when you kill it, you have to beat the tail and the head and then burn it.
And you did that?
And I did that.
How did you kill it? I mean, 8 years?
You know, because of Caesarean then, because it was in the 80s, it was not built up. So the animals will come at night, and also in the house, the snakes will come. So every time before we went to sleep, we would burn tire to get the snakes out of the house. Right. Because I believe snakes don't like the smell of tire.
Yes, they don't.
Yeah, so that's when we lived there, and my mom was there. She was very young, just in college, and my dad was seeing other women in Nairobi, and she was being beaten up, and we would go and come back, go and come back. So the last time when we moved out for good, it was my dad had taken the njora, the one that is a walking stick, yes, and you pull it is a njora. Yeah, so he put it on my mom's head and hit her and literally opened her head. So she had to go and run at night through the bushes, go to the neighbors. They took her to hospital.
You mean she managed to run with her head open?
She had to run for her life. So she went to the neighbors. They took her to hospital, and she moved to my aunties. The only thing now she did, she came back for the last time, but this time she had a mission. So there was a funeral, and my dad was obviously because it was his family's side, he went earlier. So my mom said, go earlier. So my mom arranged for a lorry, and we moved. So we moved to Kangemi.
So when your dad was at the funeral, is when your mom now went and took everything?
Yes.
And took off?
She said she'll be coming later. So she just grabbed everything she could.
Right.
For me, I was saying she should have grabbed all the things, because we had some good stuff then. My dad was doing well.
Yeah.
So, but then she just had not much time, so she just grabbed all she could. We went and we moved to Kangemi. So that was another phase of my life, because it was very different as well.
So let me ask you, what you're saying is that when he opened her head, she still was able to go back and pick her things after she healed?
She came back.
Did she wait to heal?
She waited to heal, but she was still wearing a kitamba on her head with the stitches healing. But she came back because of me and my sister, because there was only me and then my sister who was 3 years younger.
So when she ran, she had left the two of you?
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. And when she was able to run, I think it's just when I was about 8 or 9. So I jumped on my dad and literally beat him with my teeth, and then he was able to let her go. So she ran, and when she was running while I was screaming, she was able to go to the neighbors, and that's how she went. She only came back because of us. So,
oh my God.
So she planned all that. Then we were able to go to Kangemi. So because she was only just in college, she was only doing secretarial jobs. At that time, they were paying about 3,000 a month, 2,000, 3,000 a month. So that's the only place she could afford. So life turned drastically.
From Buruburu, Umoja, where it was up there, to Caesarean, where it was down here, to now Kangemi.
Caesarean was at least, we had some land there.
Right.
You know, it was a place you could run around. When we went to Kangemi, it was where she could afford. So it was about 600 or over 400 houses of wooden, you know, shacks, ghetto. So we moved there, and all these houses, you have about 5 toilets and 5 bathrooms. You are using communal.
400 of you?
Yeah.
Yes.
So when you move there, I'm this young, there's all sorts of people. So it's in Kangemi, it's on the way on the Nakuru road going up. So we have Kisii people, Luya. So by that age, when the child is young, you're able to catch up all the
languages.
I could even differentiate Kiluya, Kiwanga, Kimaragoli, Kibukusu. I could speak Kikisi. You know, I could speak all them languages because I was catching up. And I used to love their food because I didn't like Githeri, the Kikuyu food.
Yes.
So I would always go into their houses. So it was one of them places where it was only me and my sister that didn't have a black band on the
black
stomach.
Band for? Oh.
Yeah, those ones are always put to put
like
away
to stop
witchcraft.
Yeah.
So there was witchcraft in that plot. There was everything. There was changa in that plot. There was prostitution in that plot. I mean, you go to the bathroom, you find a little fetus that has been aborted.
In the bathroom?
Yeah.
Wow.
So
live, you would see
Yeah,
it.
you see all those things. And you know those bathrooms, they have holes. So at this age, because now I'm moving with other children that know things, and we go in the toilets, we'll be looking at people, in the toilets through the holes. And even in our houses, because we didn't have a TV, we didn't have time to get the TV with us. So we used to watch the TV through the holes into the neighbors. Because when I go to school, people are talking about Wild Rose and all those programs. So we'll watch. Everybody had their hole.
And you also want to be a part of
You want to be
Wild
a part,
Rose.
yeah. And you're saying
And the rich also cry.
The rich also cry. You know, you didn't want to be left out. So everybody had a hole for where they are watching TV. You know, so life changed there, and as we moved there, I was about 8, and because of the people, I always moved with people who were older than me. So by 8 years, I had started smoking SM, sweet menthol. I was smoking cigarette. So all these things, because
8 years.
yeah,
Chris,
8 years.
Please wait. What do you? 8 years is a what? Class what? 3?
3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You would smoke.
Who smoke SM, you know, or the ones they call modogoto, you put the ashes and use a newspaper. Yeah, we start smoking that because I was always moving with people. And now there's all sorts of people you are there. So it's a mixture of people with different backgrounds and all sorts. So we are talking of when by the time I was 11, we had a housemaid. And she's the one that took away my virginity.
A house help.
A house help. Yeah.
By the way, you know what they say, that you must be very, very watchful over your children.
Yes.
Don't just leave them and go and not even ask them how they spend their day, because the very people that you leave them with,
Yes.
some of them, not all,
Yeah.
some of them are very abusive. A lot of people have said to me that their virginities were broken by house helps,
Wow.
house boys,
Yeah.
you know, and
Yeah.
girls.
Yeah.
And it's a very, very sad case. That's
Yeah.
why women and mothers and
Yeah.
fathers need to really pay attention to their children.
Yeah.
At
Yeah.
11 years.
11 years. Because now I'm being brought up by my mom, single parent, so she's busy going to
work.
to look for money to come and fix us a hot plate. So I'm out there after school. But after this, when the house help took away my virginity, the house helps in the whole place. I was chasing them around.
At 11 years.
Yeah,
Oh,
I was chasing
Jesus.
them around.
God help us.
So that's the kind of life now we were living in, and the influence. There was no role models. So by the time I'm reaching 14 years, I was stealing things, you know, like if you ukiosha viatu ama nguo, some nice one jeans, we will always take them and go and sell
Unaenda
them.
kuwawekea?
Naenda kuwawekea vizuri. We sell it and then you go and drink changa and you have, you know, money for buying your cigarettes and bangi.
Right.
So by 14, I was smoking all those things. And
So you graduated to weed
I graduated to weed.
at the age of 14. Remember,
14.
he started at 8. 8 years old.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. So at that time, 14, I had started even glue, gum. We used to take it. So ploti, kitu yote kikambaya walikuwa sema ni shei.
Oh, you were called Chege.
Shei, that was my...
So the people around there knew you as Chege.
Yeah. Yeah,
That
so,
is for Chege.
Yeah, for Chege. So we'll take all these things, we sell them just to fix, you know, it's addiction.
Yeah.
So you want it, you want a fix.
A quick
So
fix.
you get anything and sell it. My mom, she had to put her kibetis, her handbag properly because I will steal as well. Anything I found in our house, I will steal.
So now you became rowdy, where even your mother knew.
Yeah,
This
my
is
mother
how-
knew. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Was she frustrated? Did she try to talk to you?
She was trying, but you know, she's young. We only have 18 years gap between me and her. You know.
Oh, she was 18 when she got
Yeah,
you.
yeah. So she'll
Yeah.
be able to, you know, beat up my sister if she did something bad. But for me, she was she loved me, but she was kind of, you know, she didn't know how to go about it, because you need a man in the picture really to talk with a young boy that's growing up, especially in that environment. Because now my role models were matatu touts, matatu drivers, and safari. You know, these guys that drive the safari vans, those were my heroes. Hizo ndio job ni kuwa. That was my vision. Ni kuedere wa safari, kwa sababu kila 3 months mnapewa safari boot ya safari. That was my vision. That's as far as I could see.
Wait. Safari buti ya sari.
Safari
So
buti ya
that's the one
sari.
you would,
Yeah.
you are like, that will work for me.
That will work for me.
Oh,
you know,
God,
ghetto is
have
a
mercy.
mindset.
Yes.
So you grow there. That's what I saw. I'll grow there, marry there, work there, get married there.
That's all you saw.
Yeah.
That's as far as your vision got.
That's all I could see.
Oh my God.
'Cause
So now you continued more with the weed, and the people who are around you were all weeders.
we're all weeders.
Yeah.
You know, there is you can't get anything good. You know, if they are not weeders, they are womanizers. They are, you know, they are all sorts. You are either a kauzi,
Kauzi is what?
Kauzi is now a bad boy.
Okay.
Sasa hizo uko stimu,
Yeah.
umezimeza, umemeza paka mapatko. Patko now was C, Cosmos, zinaitwa tap tap. Cosmos, D5.
Please take us slowly. You know, there's somebody that's watching right there.
Yeah.
And their child is involved in those things right now. And you know what? May God deliver you even as we speak today. So that you know there is a God in heaven.
Amen.
And you see many children they are kids.
Yes.
But they are involved in
Yeah.
what we are talking about right now. So the medicines are what?
There used to be C, which is Cosmos, and D5. We used to buy them in Kibera. And then there was this X, which is a small blue tablet. We used to buy it in Huruma, Geshagi. And I used to sell it. In 1993, I was the first one to bring those tap-tap in Odero. And that's why I lost my tooth.
They are, they are called tap-tap.
Tap-tap. Yeah, in other countries or in the diaspora, they
Right.
call them ecstasy.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's the
Yeah.
ecstasy.
So nowadays they have different ones. They have McDonald's, they have all sorts.
You mean they have nice names like McDonald's?
They have nice names like McDonald's. He has the sign
Yeah.
of McDonald's and all that. So there's all different types.
Right.
Yeah.
So you now graduated from weed.
Yeah.
You went into these tablets.
I graduated into that, and by the time I was 16, now I had graduated to stop stealing small things in the supermarket, to matunda, ama kukula chips na sausage na ulipi unatoroka. But when you are caught, obviously unabiga waru, you know, unapil waru. But by 16,
Yeah.
I now graduated. I was stealing in the matatu. If kama dirisha is open,
Yeah.
na grab watch, makofia, my handbag.
So this one would have gone today.
That one, kwanza hiyo inakaa poa. I mean, I'll literally look at you and I'll calculate what you're wearing.
What?
And I'll know. I'll
How
know
much it
when
is?
I look at you, I'll know that handbag must have something good.
And then you snatch it.
Yeah, even mwisho wa mwezi. By that time, we had moved from Kangemi base, where they used to call Kangemi Jehovah Witness. We had moved to somewhere between Ododero and Kangemi called Eni. So in Eni, Thiongo Road, they will say, Shei, kama unakuja kwanza mwisho wa mwezi jichunge Shei. Because if I was coming for the handbag and you don't release it, I put a 14-inch blade in your behind. And that was a punishment, because if I damage the artery, so all your life you'll be limping.
Limping?
Yeah.
What are you talking
Yeah.
about?
You know, that time you're high. I would have, like that C, Cosmos, I would take even 98 tablets.
Stop.
Alafu saizo nimevuta bangi.
Wait. What?
Yeah.
98 tablets?
Yeah.
Are you not falling? Are you not dropping?
That's why you find people, when they're talking to you, even, Madhe, suniwachie ka kitu. That's what makes people to talk in slow motion. Ecstasy makes you're in slow motion. Especially D5s, they weaken your joints. So that's why you come. So now I'll be so high.
Yeah.
I'll have the tablets. Nimevuta bangi, nimekunywa changa. Hata kama toivo iko, we take
Toivo
it.
ni nini?
Toivo is like fruit punch, which has been made to become alcoholic.
You can actually call it fruit punch.
That's the name now it became. Yeah. So you have all that. Alafu you uko na mira. Sasa all that steam uko na bangi. So when I come to get the handbag, I'm coming like, niachie yo kibeti ama nikuchanje ukapi. You know, that time I was not looking like this.
I'm almost running away from the
Yeah.
program.
Yeah. So yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Ama nikuchanje?
Nikuchanje ukapi. Nikuchanje. I
Yeah.
literally put it inside.
Stab you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that time that time you're high, and it's mwisho wa mwezi.
Yeah.
Mwisho wa mwezi will be so high, will be screaming. You're just saying, ooh. People will be coming out of the matatu. You are booked. You are booked. Because now we want money to go reggae.
Who is booked now? You book the people as they're coming.
Huyo ni wangu.
Eh?
Yeah.
So with the other kids, you're
Yeah.
saying, huyo ni wangu.
Yeah. Most of the time, mwisho wa mwezi will be in Mountain View. Mountain View, there I've taken handbags, I've taken bikes. We used to take mountain bikes. You put it on the matatu carrier, take it to Machakos. Machakos, you get about 7 grand. When you have 7 grand and you enter reggae, there's nobody like you.
What?
There's nobody like you.
So 7 grand?
7
all
grand.
stolen?
All stolen.
From different people?
Mountain bikes, yeah.
You would steal mountain bikes and go with them?
Yes.
What are you
But you
talking
know,
about?
like the Swahili say,
Yeah.
siku za mwizi ni 40. So this time,
Wait a minute.
yeah.
So what you're talking about is that everybody saw you and they fled. They were scared?
They were scared. I mean, if you saw my face itself, I don't need to ask you for anything. This is a face I was given by God.
What?
Yeah, this is a face.
Because it was scary.
I mean, when I was 16 and 17, 1993 and 1994, I was caught stealing. And you know, I don't know if they still do it nowadays, but it was mob justice. They caught me when I was 16 and when I was 17, and they beat me up beyond recognition. They put petrol on me, and they put a tire. They were about to set me ablaze. And I always say it's because of purpose. God had a purpose
Because
upon
what
my life.
happened? Hey, so at 16,
I was beaten. You know, a mother will always know their child,
Yeah.
even if a tractor goes on top of them. You know, is driven over them. I was beaten. You know, even my nose, even today, is still sideways. This place was all open. It was popping out blood. I was given a good beating.
for the siku za mwizi.
Yeah. So when I went home,
They
my
say
mom
the
said,
days of a thief are 40.
Yeah.
The 40th day you
Yeah,
were caught.
I was caught.
So you were caught up with,
I was caught.
and they dealt with you
They dealt with me.
with no mercy.
No mercy. I was beaten, and you know, the things we were doing, you know, we were like, where they sell changa, they used to make a lot of money, so we knew where they put it. So we stole the money as we were drinking there, and then they realized. So, and the people that are there was idlers who are drinking. So when they hear mwizi, they're quick to react.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
So somebody just shouted mwizi and they pounced on you.
yeah.
Hey, here she is. Amazing woman of God. Cheryl Brady is going to be right at the Daughters of Zion convention. You best be there. Start preparing now. Get your leave.
Absolutely. We're going to have an awesome time in the Lord. Make sure you're in the house. Bring a friend. Grab somebody. God is going to be with us. I'm excited. It's my first time to be in
Kenya. Can you imagine?
It's going to
See
be
you
awesome.
there.
See you there.
The Daughters of Zion Convention 2016 starts 30th August to the 4th of September 2016, hosted by Reverend Kathy Kiuna. Speakers include Bishop Alan Kiuna, Dr. Cheryl Brady, Pastor Rudy Garcia, Dr. Wale Akinyemi, Sonny Badu, Dr. James Mwangi, Johnson Mwakazi, amongst others. Registration is Kenya shillings 2,500. Wednesday and Friday are open to men. Daughters of Zion, raising the standard among women.
Hello, everyone. I am so excited that in this convention, Pastor Kathy, together with her team, has put 2 days, Wednesday and Friday, just for men to also be involved in what God is doing at the convention. That is exciting news. Because most of the time, the conventions, we feel as if they are for ladies. But now, men, we have an opportunity to also come and get blessed. Why is it important to come for this convention as a man? It's because you are a leader. And in the marketplace, you need to be able to be distinguished and to stand out. And what you receive in those 2 days will empower you and give you the cutting edge that is necessary for you to win, even as a man in the marketplace. I believe that God will give you wisdom, instruction, revelation that will help you be a better leader, be a better businessman, be a better entrepreneur, and actually just be a better man. So please, don't allow this opportunity to pass you by. And don't say that church organizes meeting for women and we are left out. This time, don't be left out. I want you to come Wednesday and Friday. During the week of the convention, every man, every woman needs to come and receive something from the Lord. They are prepared guests who are ready with the word, and I believe that your life shall not be the same again. So after the service, go buy yourself a ticket, make sure that you register, and be here on 31st and on 2nd for your opportunity to receive instructions. God bless you.
Woman. Woman.
He could be your healer today, but he'll be your provider tomorrow because he's whatever you need him to be. He's the way when you're lost. He's the truth when you're confused. He's the life when you are facing death. He said, I am that, whatever that is. That's what I am. That means I'm a day star. That means I'm a bulwark. That means I'm the lily of the valley. That means I'm the bright and morning star. I'm a counselor one minute, and I'll be a comforter the next. I'm a captain of the Lord's host, but I can turn around and be the lion of the tribe of Judah. Oh, the God that I love, the God that I serve, and the God that I praise, he is. Hurry around and tell 7 or 8 people, he is, he is, he is. He is your protector. He is your provider. He is your shield. He is your light. He is your answer. He is your direction. He is, and he that cometh to God must believe that.
And when I was 17, I used to be like bass. We call it bass, like Odero. You are in the, you don't pay. There's the matatu. I didn't pay any matatu in Nairobi.
What?
Yeah, I entered any matatu sare. In fact, some of them I didn't have to say sare.
And you're the one who would say sare?
Unasema sare. Yeah, and some of them you don't need to. They look at you, they just know who him to arodi. Yeah. Some of them didn't like me because when I enter, I'm entering, but I'm still pickpocketing people. I'm taking the watches. So sometimes I will enter, they will say, hey, chungeni, masa, na vibeti. Yeah, I was that bad. Yeah.
They will not remove you, but they will tell the people,
Yes,
chungeni.
yes.
You are that serious?
I was the devil's advocate.
Are you for
Yeah.
real? So even the touts, the matatu drivers feared you?
They feared me. When I went to Dhero, I took the drugs when they were beating me and removed these teeth. They were telling me, toa dawa huku. Usilete dawa huku. So there was nowhere I lipad matatus.
So you recruited also other kids?
I recruited
to
others.
To join in there?
Yeah, I recruited others. I was good in that. I was like the devil's evangelist. Just was able to get others and convert them.
Right.
Yeah, so that's when I was 17 in 94. That was like the year the enemy wanted to destroy me. And apparently, like families, you find there's principalities. You find a certain family, every girl reaches 12, they get pregnant out of school.
Yeah.
Some families, when they reach 40, they die.
Yeah.
So my family, my dad's family, everybody that was called Chege, at 17 years, 16, 17, they will either be hit by a car, they would die somehow. So this was my time. The enemy was coming to pick me up.
The mob justice time, they had actually come to clear you.
They had come to
and
clear
forward
me.
You.
Yeah. It's just the grace and the mercies of God.
Yeah.
I'm alive today. And I always say that the life I'm living now is a bonus. So I just live for Christ.
Oh my God. So tell me now. So they've beaten you beyond recognition. Only your mother could recognize you.
So that 94 I was wanted because we have beaten a soldier of army in Kabete Ameno, I think we used to be called near Aga Khan, that barracks, a guy that was wanted to come and take away a girl that was my sister's age. So I was doing the right thing by the wrong way. So we beat him up, and that time I was chewing mirror, so I hit my bottle of crest, and I was actually writing on his face with the bottle. So we did a good job on him. The next day, 2 Land Rovers of army. So I went to Kawangware. So I was wanted in Kangemi, went to Kawangware. Kawangware, I was in a party, and this party what we were drinking was Busato, Ivo, Changa, Zote. They have been mixed. And Sogam, they have been mixed. So whatever you're drinking there is a proper concoction. So you are ukostimu ingine mbaya. And then that's after the mob justice. So my face is here. People were calling me Beauty and the Beast, you know. So when I went to Kawangware, I'm in this party, and the shoes, they got lost. Somebody that had shoes, they have been sent from America, Reebok shoes. They went missing. Who did they point to? It was me. Because I am just exhibit. I am just looking, kitu ikipotea, it just looks it's me. So there I was able to get away before they could beat me up, and they had called the chief's
Because now
police.
they were going to add on top of your broken nose.
And the chief police were coming to get me. So they had detained me until I had showed them where the shoes are. So I was able to get away. So now Kawangware, they are looking for me. My mom told me, go to your aunties in Karen. So in Karen, I'm there. I'm like exile. I can't go there. And then as well in Nairobi, before I went to Karen, it was August time. So there was the music festival. That time it used to be in KICC. So when I went there, I found a teacher that was there that was used to make me being expelled. I was expelled by that time from Senior Chief Koinange. And what happened is when I was expelled from Senior Chief Koinange, the principal that was there, he wrote letters in every district. That time it was district, Nyeri district, Turkana district. There is nowhere I could get school. So this time it was a year on Form 2, the first term, I was expelled. By the way, we were on Taifa Leo. We had taken 88,000 worth of stuff because the school was being renovated. So we were stealing. There was a matatu of Isili which was owned by a guy in Kiamba. So we'll go 5 o'clock in the morning, put it up on the carrier. We go to Nyayo Market, Ngara Market. We sell it. So this time, the watchman saw, and the people, they started screaming and Muizi, Muizi, Muizi. So there was 5 of us. 3 of them, they were able to run away, escaped. And then 2 of us, we went back into school. Because it's better you're caught in school rather than be caught by the
mob justice.
The mob justice.
Yeah.
So they took us to the chief. The chief really bet us. We got a good beating. And then they took us to Karori Police. So that was my first time in a police cell, Karori Police.
Right.
You know, and it was you know, at that time you are enjoying this whole thing. You know, because
you're fine.
You're fine. In fact, unasokota to dread yuko. And then the guys that are there giving you stories, you know, how they have killed somebody and stole a Isuzu Trooper, and they're just there.
So they're looking at you as yours is kindergarten
No,
stuff.
mine is
kindergarten.
Yeah, even when they catch Busa and Changa, they say, vijana wa shule, kujani muzitoe. And they have pipes. So you are, by the time you go there, you remove them, but you come back in the cell, you are high. So you're enjoying this thing, and already you've been expelled. So I stayed there from Form 2 first term. I got school in Form 3. So all this time, I used to just, unajua pale Westlands, ama Odero, ama Kangemi, unajaza matatu. Westlands, Kangemi, Kabete, Odero, beba wewe. Mtu mmoja imebaki, beba. That used to be me. Then you get 30 shillings, 20 shillings there, here and there. And all of it, what do? Ni hapa tu.
Yeah. Drinking and
Dom.
smoking. Yeah. And women.
And in fact, I was not really women person. I would, because when you're trapped by drugs, yeah, it's like you get married to the drink, to that lifestyle. So the women, you're not very forced. Wakikuja sawa.
Na wasipokuja ni sawa tu.
Wasipokuja, I mean, you'll have a woman and doing your thing na bado uko mira. You know, because your mind is not there. Your mind is on the high. Ukiwa tu reggae uko muguka.
Yeah.
So saa hiyo, that one you feel uko juu, umefika.
So muguka, and I hear muguka is very, very bad.
You know, all these drugs, and I wrote in my book what muguka does. Mira, it has this thing where it does. Unaenda pale kwa shop ya LG, unaona TV, unasema mazee Jontes, unacheki TV, one day nitaibai. You go back after 2 years, you're just there. One day, mazee TV, nitaibai. 5 years later, you're still going the same. All these drugs, they have their own effects. Like for 10 years, I didn't have a memory because of smoking weed. Weed just causes you could ask me what I did this morning, I could not tell you. But you ask me what I did 10 years ago, I'll tell you. Because weed, it just makes you, it affects your
presence.
it affects your memory, And then that's why you find some people. Have you ever gone somewhere, kabes watu, when you're even driving by, you see people, mtu tu yuko hivi. That's weed. You know?
Akwaje?
Ako tu hivi amezuba. You know, life is passing by, he's just there. Unachoma tu uko kwa hiyo jua, yeah.
You're just lost.
Yeah, all these drugs, because I did all drugs. Apart, the only thing, by the grace of God, is heroin. Heroin is called chasing the dragon, because the first time you take it, you're just chasing that high, but you'll never get it. So the reason I didn't take it, I was looking at, hii kitu mtu anachoma, I mean, you take it, alafu unayoyoma, they call it kuyoyoma. Ati now you are imeshika, and then you are sleeping, and just scratching yourself.
Yeah.
Especially your private parts, you're just scratching. Uko tu hivi. So what kind of high is that? You know?
So for you,
yeah.
you are like,
yeah.
that's
Cocaine, waste of time. I mean, alcohol. I always tell people, take the money, take it in the toilet and flush it. It's better rather than it going through your liver and destroying your liver.
Right.
Because me, when before I went to the UK, here I used to drink sorghum, miti, nidawa, na changa, na toivo. So when I went to UK, I was able to...
You are rushing because we need to know how you went to the UK. How did you take off from here? Because now, last we left,
yes,
you are now, your mom has even told you, please go to your auntie's place because now everybody's looking for you.
Yeah.
And now you've gone to the police.
Yes. So when I was there in Karen, I started stealing mountain bikes because I went there, it was like heaven for me. People just go... We used to call them mababi.
Yeah.
Mababi wanawacha tu mabike nje. You know, they will ride and leave it just outside. We'll just say, this is hot cake. So we'll take them, kwa juu ya matatu, Machakos. It was easy. It was, yeah. And that time, I'm not considering I'm expelled from school, and I'm wanted in Kangemi, I'm wanted in Kawangware, and also in KICC, I've caused things. I'm wanted in the city.
Yes.
You know?
So you're in hiding, but your habit is still with you.
Yeah.
So you're stealing now in mountain bikes.
So my mom went back to my previous primary where I went, in Loresho Primary School, and he talked with the head teacher, and he was able to negotiate with the teacher in Kangemi High School. That was the only school that could take me, and it was known as Kajinga High School. Kajinga High School. You know, when you go there, it wasn't a school. You're in the class, there's no windows. The windows have been stolen. It wasn't a school.
Chege, that's what I told you. This story is like a myth. It's like, what? Can anybody really go through that? Let me tell you, it doesn't matter the quagmire you're in right now. It doesn't matter what the enemy has tried to do over your life. There is a God in heaven. And let me tell you, you're about to meet with this God. You know the power of transformation.
I was just able to stay till Form 4. Then Form 4, as long as I registered for the exams, then you've registered, you'll come back to do the exams. So when I came, I was able to do the exams, and then my mom had booked for me to get out of the country. Because now I had stopped kuiba vibeti, kuchanja, walking with daggers. Now I was starting to walk with guys like that time, Osho, Anogo, before. Yeah, those were the kind of guys I was walking with.
You knew them?
I mean, there was
that type.
That type.
Yeah.
I mean, you could go to places and you hear, oh, unajua ule ni nani? They will say, yeah, ndio wale. You know, be places drinking in Wangige.
And people are scared of you because they know that guy can do anything.
So you're with them. Maybe you'll be drinking somewhere where people have even a gun. They'll be just brushing it and shining. You can buy the bullets there. You can also get the underground doctors. You know, when you're shot, you can't go to the hospital.
Yeah.
So you need an underground doctor that will remove the bullet.
So you would find them?
I'll be with them. Yes. So if I was not, if I had stayed in this country now, I was gonna be driving. You know, like when you're going bank robbery, driving the car.
Oh my God. So you were just going from one level to another level.
One level to another.
of wickedness. Really.
Wickedness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I was just an evangelist of the devil.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm the kind of person, if I decide I'm doing something, I go all the way.
You do it well.
I do it well. There is no going back.
The Bible says, whatever you find your hands to do,
Mm.
do it with all your might.
All your might.
So,
So me, I'm that.
so you are doing it
I
now,
was
the
doing
opposite
it. I was doing it.
for the enemy.
Yeah. So now, this is where it comes to going to UK. I was, after I finished my exams, I did not finish 2 days in the country. My mom was removing me out of here to save my life. She wanted me to get out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she took me to the UK. And in the UK, I went with a 1-year visa. It expired. I was
Yeah.
going as a student, but the fees had not been paid.
Yes.
That time you could get the visa, even if you have not paid the fees, as long as you have the prospectus of the college or university you are going to. So me, I wasn't going to university, could not afford. So they only, even they did a harambe for the ticket. So now me, I'm gone there. Instead of going to school, because we can't afford it, I work. So I send money and get them out of the ghetto. But now what happened? I went there. It's not Changa, it's not Toivo. I mean, I could afford drink.
Hey.
I could afford pombe.
You could work and buy alcohol by yourself.
Yangu.
Yes.
So I drank myself. I used to literally shower with it. So
What?
yeah, I got to a point where I would have the shakes. I have the shakes. And if you look at my photos, 15 years ago, I look older than I am now.
I know that.
Because of the drink. My beard had turned grey, even in the mustache, because of the Guinness.
Yeah.
Because when I went to UK, I stayed for a year because the visa ran out. So I was looking for green pastures. I went to Ireland. So that's where now my life started in Europe properly.
You went to Ireland.
Yeah.
Now, are you saying now it hasn't even started?
Because in the
Chege.
UK, I could not do what I wanted to do because I have no papers to work. I was doing illegal jobs. I mean, sometimes if you had the papers, I would use your papers. There was time they could call agents in the morning. They call Irene Waitherero, and I say yes. And the Mzungu will say, Irene, I'll say in my country, Irene is man as well. So I would just work. And any job you got, you did it. So the agency could send you to a factory.
Wait, Chris, how can you not allow me to laugh? Irene Waitherero.
Irene
You say
Waitherero.
yes?
You say yes. You want a job. You want to get some money. So sometimes people as well, they will give you their account to use and their name, their
Yes.
papers to use. So when you're paid, you give them something small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yes, Irene.
Yeah. So you could not choose the jobs you get. You could be taken to factories.
Yeah.
You know, people see people coming from diaspora. They think life is good there.
Talk to us. Talk to
You
us.
know what it's
Yeah,
like.
yes.
And you get any job. You know, sometimes
Survival. It's
sometimes
survival for the fittest.
sometimes I'll get jobs to
Yeah.
work in a mortuary. Yeah. So there you have to go with your Smirnoff quarter. You drink it because you cannot be in a mortuary and be
Sober.
No. Yeah, something must be wrong somewhere.
Yes.
I mean, nowadays it's changed. Nowadays it's it's modernized and there's technology. But then you had to drink. You had to drink to be high, to work in a mortuary.
Right.
Yeah. So I always tell people, don't see me now. Don't see the glory.
There is a story.
There is a story.
Yeah.
I tell them I've worked in a mortuary, I've worked in a butchery, and now I work in a sanctuary. You know? God has promoted me. Yeah.
Mortuary?
From mortuary
Butchery
to butchery
to
to sanctuary.
Whoa, that will preach. That
Yeah.
right there, that will preach.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So you worked in the mortuary?
Yes.
How was that experience?
It was difficult, you know, because I've never seen somebody who is dead for a long time.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and black people, we look nice. When you have a Mzungu, you know, they look blue. Yeah. And there's stories that go on in the mortuary. You know, you have to be shown around. Somebody is just eating their sandwich and showing you around the dead bodies.
As they eat?
Yeah.
Because they're used to it?
They're used to it. It's another job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it's like the way you preach or present a show.
Yeah.
That's the way they are doing it now. That's their...
They are presenting.
Yeah,
What?
yeah.
And you worked there?
I work
And,
there.
and you are as high as a kite.
You
even
have to
there.
be high.
Right.
Yeah. Because the environment, I mean, you're dealing with dead people.
Yeah.
I mean, they even say even a dead body, there is the gas that is trapped in the body. You see a dead body puffs up. So after about 48 hours, the gas comes out. You know, and if they have done the post-mortem.
Right.
So the gas will come out. And when the gas comes out, the body moves. So if you're not used, it's your first day. Hey,
What do you
you will
mean?
run.
It moves how?
It because they are like this.
Yeah.
So when the gas is coming out, the body literally, you know.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
So if it's your first time, they would wait for you if it's your first time.
Oh,
Yeah, they will wait.
want
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
They want to see your reaction.
Yeah, they want to see your reaction.
So how was your reaction?
You go.
Hey,
Hey, you
you-
go. Nobody will stay there. You go. If you're high, you'll be sober. You know, there was funny things, you know.
You ran away.
Yeah, nobody was all right there. You know, you have even people that they'll have the audacity to put their hand behind. You know, sometimes when they're doing post-mortem, they open the stomach, or if they are doing something, they open at the back here. So, you know, some people, they even put their fingers and play with the eyeballs from the behind the head and say, "Oh, jamaa hajakufa." Yeah, I mean, these crazy people. Even in Kenya before,
Jesus. So when you're there,
even in Kenya before,
scare you.
yeah,
so when you're there, you see
yeah,
eyes.
yeah.
What?
You know, so that's the kind of people you're dealing with there.
The corporate world requires tenacity and a strong spirit. You need divine wisdom to navigate through its uncharted waters. Prepare for an event that will build you up for the task ahead. The Daughters of Zion Convention 2016 starts 30th August to the 4th of September 2016, hosted by Reverend Kiuna. Speakers include Bishop Alan Kiuna, Dr. Cheryl Brady, Pastor Rudy Garcia, Dr. Wale Akinyemi, Sonny Badu, Dr. James Mwangi, Johnson Mwakazi, amongst others. Registration is Kenya shillings 2,500. Wednesday and Friday are open to men. Daughters of Zion, raising the standard among women.
You're a woman.